That doesn't need timing. I don't want to attach the wire. That doesn't need time. It's glowing nice and red. Great. All the rope I want, now that I don't need it anymore. I don't want to wind the wire. There's nothing else there. I don't want to put... That could work, but I'm not doing anything until I have some idea about what's inside. It's beyond repair. I don't want to... Man, this door is huge. That could work. There's hundreds of these things, and they're all... That's funny. The damage doesn't look as bad from out here. Anyway, there's no point in going back there until I have a charged power cell, some hibernation fluid, and a spare plasma injector. I should be using this on something that can fly. I don't want to go back there. It must have been an attack cruiser. Creepy as all. I'd better leave it alone. That's not gonna help me get there. The scanner's not picking up anything from inside. Either there's nothing in there, or it's pretty well shielded. I don't want to waste the charge on... The scanner's picking up gravitational fluctuations from the other side of the door. I need to get inside to find out more. I've attached the armed detonator to the door and started the countdown, but I'd better go a bit further away before the blast. Novak, this is Pal. Do you read?
You're breaking up a bit, but I hear you.
I might be onto something. I found a large structure with a generator inside. It's huge, and it's making me feel dizzy. Something's wrong with the gravity in here. I think this might be the source of the anomaly, an immense gravity well or something.
I've been scanning the surface for hours, but I found nothing.
I think this is putting out a lot more than our sensors can handle.
Ah, I see now. This gravitational thing is confined like a tunnel, and both we and the Armstrong went through it. I think we might have skimmed it, but they got torn right in half. Listen, I'll plot a safe course and set up the autopilot to get us out of here.
Plot that course, and I'll get back to you as soon as I have the power cell plus the hibernation fluid. I'll disable this gravity generator just in case our tunnel theory is wrong. I hope these weird stoneheads won't mind. They look creepier and creepier. Actually, they look just like you, Novak.
Just shut up and get to work.
This is where the immense gravitational field is created. I guess it's heavily shielded, but I can still feel its vibration. I'll need to shut it down before we take off. I think this is a status display. The bottom markings are identical to those on the power cable. This table and its lighting has a striking resemblance to an operating table. Okay, that never happened before, and it creeped the hell out of me. It doesn't seem to notice me, and yes, still creepy as can be. It doesn't seem to notice. I'd better leave it alone. Holy crap, that looks like a human skeleton floating in there. I can't get inside the cylinder with that. I think there's a force field, but there's no control panel here. It's two alien symbols. I think they show the status of the cylinder. This unit seems to be running. This device looks almost identical to the one in the generator room, only this one is about 100 times smaller. The contents of each cylinder seem to be floating in midair, so this could be some sort of anti-gravity generator. It's three symbols, similar to those I've seen on the consoles. The symbols displayed on this unit look different from the other ones. The rest of the units seem to be running, but this one is switched off and it's empty. That's odd. Only one planet in this system? It's three symbols, similar to those I've seen on the consoles. It's three symbols. That's... these guys want with Earth? It's 3 symbols. That's odd. There are 3 symbols on this energy cable. They are similar to those on the console. Holy crap. It's too... A chamber just... I've had enough skeletons for one day, thank you. Besides, it looks like all his stuff is packed underneath him. There's a log entry on this card about a star system with a single planet. Admission time 0850. I think I heard a cylinder go offline somewhere in the room, but I can't see it from here. Wow, there are hundreds. It's a green goo that looks exactly like our hibernation fluid, only a lot thicker. I have turned off the gravity well. A crystal lowered itself from the generator. The crystal is hovering above the shiny dome. The machine must be still generating a smaller local gravity field to keep the crystal afloat. Anyway, this seems to be the heart of it all. I think I need to destroy the crystal to get rid of this gravity generator for good. That's not gonna destroy the crystal. Besides, I can't reach it. I need to take a shot at this with something else. The particle rifle has no power. That doesn't require the spare engine part or the plasma in it. I can't use that to replace the fuel cell's transformer. I managed to turn off the power. The console is still on, so it must have a backup power source. This thing has a lot of power. Maybe I can store it somehow. That's not gonna destroy the... It doesn't seem to notice me. And yes, still creepy as... This table and it... It seems to be supplying the console with power. Good idea, but the fuel cell is broken. I need to install a replacement transformer in it first. I don't want to locate that. I already know. I should be using this on something that can... I can just read the contents of the card using my... The wires are too short. I can't wind them into a transformer. I don't want to wind the wire around that. Using the copper wire is a good idea, but I need to find some kind of frame so I can... That won't fill up the cell with power. I don't want to channel power. I don't want to channel power. I don't want to pick that up unless it's full of energy. That won't fill up the cell with power. That won't fill up the cell. I don't want to channel power. I'd better turn off the power first. Yes? What is it?
I think we've got a problem here. What did you just do?
I shut off the gravity generator. Why?
Sensors just picked up the airborne objects. I think you pissed off someone or something in there. I think they sent out drones to do recon over the area.
How many are there?
I don't know, a few dozen.
Did they spot you? What's their trajectory?
I don't think they've located the ship. Thank God we're on auxiliary power. Otherwise they would be all over me by now. Hang on, I got visual. Yep, they're flying drones. They're ignoring the ship, so we're good for now. But I don't know how we're gonna take off with these things in the air. They don't look too friendly.
Well, they aren't. We've seen the damage they can do. Remember that camp?
Right, so now what? You can't even get back to the ship.
I don't know. Give me a few minutes. I'll try to figure something out.
Okay. It's a miracle they can't pinpoint my radio signal.
Just lay low. I'll call you soon. That wasn't here before. Novak, are you seeing this? The Stoneheads are the drones.
What? Then get out of there, quick!
Hang on. I don't think it wants to attack me. In fact, I don't think it can even see me.
Hey, then maybe none of them can detect you. You can walk back to the ship after all.
Sure. Would you take that bet?
No way.
Nor would I, so I'll have to find another way to get back.
And we have to figure out how to take off with all the drones in the air.
Right. I'll try to think of something. Pal out. It looks like it's scanning the area, but for some reason it doesn't seem to notice me. The drones are all gone. I don't want to put that there. It's beyond repair. That's a good idea, but I need to install the board somewhere first. I can't override that with the computer board. I don't want to locate that. I should just go through. It's beyond I don't want to put that there. I can't open it with my hands. It's screwed to the wall. It's way too deep. I won't even attempt to go down. It's an access panel. I can't get it open with my hands. I've disconnected the wires, but the ventilator is still running. I guess this is just a monitoring circuit. I'll need to override it somehow to stop the ventilator. I've disconnected the wires, but the ventilator is still running. I've overridden the ventilator's controls with the drone's controller, but the ventilator is still running. It looks like the board has power now, but it needs to send the appropriate commands to the ventilator's systems. I guess I should program it somehow, but there's no buttons on it. I've overridden the ventilator. It's I can't use that to override the ventilator. I've worked out which pins I need to bridge and have attached 2 wires to each one. Now I can send command codes to the ventilator's systems. I think the ventilator is stopping. Novak, check this out.
It looks like a hangar or a repair facility.
Probably. I don't think these drones are operational. I think I'm safe in here for now.
That's great, but sooner or later you need to get back here somehow.
Well, walking back is out of the question. I wish I could fly back to the ship like them.
Hang on. Maybe you can fly back.
Say what?
Well, this is a long shot, but can't you take one of those drones and fly back here?
Wait. Do what now?
How big are these things?
About 3 meters tall.
I think you could fit inside.
No, Novak, this is crazy.
No, it's perfect and elegant. You just mingle with the rest of them and fly straight here. It's the perfect disguise.
Okay, I admit it. It sounds good. But trust me, it looks a lot more difficult from where I'm standing.
Well, that's kind of your problem.
Appreciate the empathy.
Do you have a better idea?
Well, no.
Well then.
Okay, I'll see what I can come up with. Pal out. Looks like someone wanted to make sure nothing gets through this door. It's welded shut. Boy, someone really wanted to make sure nothing gets through this door. There's an entrance to a hidden room behind these heads. Holy crap, this corpse is not human. It looks like it was stabbed to death. It's still warm, so it must have happened recently. Uh-oh, that means that whoever did this could still be around. It's a workstation with computer screens and all kinds of tools. I think someone was trying to figure out what these drones do and how they work. I managed to separate the 2 wings of the door. I can't wedge it into the crack. I've unwelded the 2 halves of the door, but it still won't open. I guess they're just stuck. The weapons are useless. I've removed the weapons to make room for myself in the drone. This is where the weapons used. Looks like there's a few parts missing here. The graph displays electromagnetic radiation and power output versus time. Everything looks normal. Status display for power, weapons, flight control, and guidance. I don't need weapons, but I've got to bring the rest online before I can leave. I don't want to install it. That's not going to control. I think I've installed the energy cell. I don't want to. Looks like there's a few parts. I made some modifications, bridged the connections, and installed the servo controller. It's a mess, but it'll do the job. Status display for power, weapons, flight control, and guidance. I hooked the makeshift scanner to the drone's systems. It's crude, but I think I'll be able to home in on our ship's location. This is where the weapons used to be. All the electronics are in place. I've unwelded the two halves of the door. That doesn't need. I can't use that. Finally. I push the stone head outside on the trolley. Before I leave, I should scan that drone in the hidden room. Maybe I can find some kind of vulnerability that we can exploit after takeoff. It's dry. There's a trail leading towards the exit, but then it suddenly stops. Looks like people have been hiding out here for a while. Long enough that they took the time to put together this bunk. Looks like someone was running diagnostics on this unit. I scan this drone, and if I'm reading this thing correctly, they are vulnerable to EM discharges. Novak!
What's up?
Look at this. This drone received a high-energy electromagnetic shock, and it knocked out its power supply. I think we can exploit this.
Hang on a second. Let me check something with the computer. Alright, I've got it. We can use one of the damaged engines on the Morningstar to create an EM pulse. The right engine still has some plasma in its buffer. Polarize it, and there's your EM pulse.
Okay, but how do we trigger it?
I haven't got that figured out yet. Anyway, you still need to get back here first, so we've still got time to think about that.
Well, alright. But let me know if you have something. Pow out. Novak, I'm back. Get ready for takeoff.
Hey, you made it. Are you alright?
I'm fine, but I might have alerted the drones to our presence by breaking formation, but I don't know for sure. Don't start up the engine until I'm done with everything. I'll detach the engine from the ship so we can eject it after takeoff. Does the ejection system work?
Luckily, yeah.
Alright, I'll repair the main engine, repair the reactor, check to see if the algae sample can be used in the hibernation system, and detach the right engine.
Sounds great.
See you soon on board. The breach is sealed.
Analysis of sample confirms positive match for hibernation fluid nutrients.
Did you hear that, Novak? We can use this stuff to recultivate the nutritional fluid in the hibernation system.
Sounds great. Keep at it. We're almost out of here.
The breach is sealed. The ship has very little power, and the reactor is offline. I will need some extra power to start it up again. I have installed the fuel cell. The reactor is ready to kick in. It's beyond repair. What for? That won't help me separate the engine from the ship's hull. I have installed the plasma injector. The engine is ready to fire. I use the welding tool to separate the engine from its supports. Now it's ready to eject into space.
Novak to PAL.
Yeah?
I've compiled the flight control interface while you were working, but I still can't move, so you'll need to hook up a touchscreen in front of me, so I can fly the ship manually.
Yeah, about that. Still no idea how I'm gonna pull that off.
Oh, crap.
Now what?
The drones just changed course. They're closing in on us. Get to the cockpit and install that screen. We need to take off now.
I'm on my way. I don't want to attach that to the console. I don't want to attach... I should remove this from its mount and install it on Novak's console. There.
Finally. Initiating launch.
Wait, what about the damaged engine?
We'll eject it as planned.
What's the point? There's no way to detonate it.
There's no time for this. They're coming. Worst case, the engine will distract them.
Well, it's a long shot, but, hang on. What if I take a shot at it once it's jettisoned?
Do whatever you want. I'm taking off.
All right, I'm gonna get back to engineering. Try to keep it steady, will ya?
Fine, just go.
All right, Novak, I'm ready. Hit it.
Finally. Yes. Throttling up.
I'm gonna get in position to fire. Let me know when we're far enough to detonate.
I guarantee you it's not going to work.
Just give me a countdown, damn it.
10 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, mark.
I told you it would work, didn't I?
No, you told me you're gonna give it a shot, and then...
Dude, I just saved our asses.
Did you just call me dude?
Aw, come on. Not with the captain crap again.
Crap!
Novak, you know what I like about you? Absolutely nothing. Now get me a cold beer.